I'm Dr Sophie West. I'm the lead of the Newcastle Regional Sleep Service. It is estimated that up to 5% of people in the UK have obstructive sleep apnea. We know that this is a particular problem in vocational drivers, and it may be that up to 15% of them have obstructive sleep apnea. It's commonly associated with large necks of 17 inches or greater and carrying extra weight, obesity. Because obstructive sleep apnea causes a disrupted night's sleep, the consequences are of daytime sleepiness the next day, along with a feeling of poor concentration.
Before I was diagnosed, I would feel rather lethargic during the day. Getting up in the morning, I feel like I hadn't been to bed. I've been married for 27 years. In my first couple of years of marriage, I think my wife just put up with it. But as time went by, my snoring got worse, and luckily I've got a very understanding wife who didn't actually leave me because of the problem that I had. Probably for the last 5 to 6 years before I actually came into the Freeman Hospital, the sleep apnea clinic, I actually slept in a different room.
If drivers don't seek treatment for sleep apnea, they will drive impaired, potentially. That is, they will drive with daytime sleepiness, and the risk of crashes for someone with untreated obstructive sleep apnea is 4 to 9 times greater than that of the general population. It is thought that 20% of motorway accidents are due to sleepiness at the wheel, including obstructive sleep apnea. So it's a hugely important public health issue. Vocational drivers, including heavy goods vehicle drivers and coach drivers, drive long distances and are known to be very good drivers. However, we know that the chances of them having obstructive sleep apnea is higher than in the general population, and because of the nature of their driving long distances, tedious journeys, they are more likely to have problems with impaired concentration and falling asleep at the wheel. They may be reluctant to come forward to seek help for this because they're concerned about licence implications and implications for their work. When someone is asleep at the wheel, the accident is likely to be more severe because they haven't been able to wake up and carry out avoidance manoeuvres. We introduced the Fast Track 4-week wait service here in Newcastle about 3 years ago. We contacted GPs and asked them to identify patients as professional drivers when they refer them to the service so that we can prioritise them through our system. We have confirmed that we can see them, treat them and get them back on the roads within 4 weeks of their referral, so that this shouldn't have long-term implications on a patient's licence, and hopefully will encourage people to come forward and have investigation and treatment for their obstructive sleep apnea and thus be safer drivers. The treatment for obstructive sleep apnea is CPAP, or continuous positive airway pressure. This is a mask worn over the nose or nose and mouth usually that delivers air pressure into the back of the throat to hold it open.
I've seen lots of people that come in really symptomatic, really sleepy, really struggling overnight with lots of apneas, and then 3 days later they feel absolutely fantastic.
It means the person goes to sleep without snoring, without stopping breathing episodes, and they sleep deeply all night long without being disturbed. They therefore wake up feeling refreshed the next morning, and the symptoms of daytime sleepiness have resolved.
The impact on my family since I have had the CPAP machine, which I have now had for about 2.5 years, is that my wife and I actually share the same bed now, which is a massive bonus because I think after 27 years I shouldn't be sleeping by myself.
From a driving point of view, the DVLA say that once a patient with obstructive sleep apnea is successfully treated with CPAP, they can return to driving as normal, whether that's a type 1 or type 2 licence holder.